Hello everyone, welcome back to Divine Journey 2. You join me in my spa that I've made off camera. I'm not too sure how this works. I think you just put purifying salt in. There we go. We can even use some soap. That's a massive chunk gone. This is great. Okay, good. We're not losing our mind anymore. I also went ahead and made the digital miner. It was very cheap. So rather than making brass, thaumium or void metal, we can just steal it on the dungeons in emptiness. So I think in today's episode, we will look into thaumic energistics and maybe getting the multi-block. So to get into that, we need some void stone, which is just the stone in the emptiness. Didn't know there was no floor. Be careful. And there's a couple more blocks we need to steal as well, from the dungeons. There we go. So now we should be able to make digital Essentia stuff. Essentia storage component, which is Salus Mundus, Eldritch Stone, and Certus Quartz, and also a Thaumium processor. And 4K is the same thing, but with 4. Okay, that's not too expensive. And for the diffusion and coalescence cores, Annihilation Core, Thaumium processor, Quicksilver and Eldritch Stone, as well as Formation Core for the other one. I'll set up recipes. And to start I think I'll make 16 of these processors. There we go. So coalescence and diffusion. And with these, we can make import buses and export buses. And finally, the Essentia storage bus. Thank you, thaumcraft. So if you want to digitize our Essentia storage, we're going to need 41 import buses and a drive for each one, partitioned. So 41 import buses is quite expensive, but not actually that much. It's about 3 stacks more of thaumium. We can probably just steal that, not too bad. As for storage, I'm thinking 4K, which again, isn't that bad. Another 3 stacks of thaumium. And I think I'll do this setup. So partitioned Essentia storage cells at lower priority, and then 41 void jars, filtered on a higher priority, to deal with the excess. We will need 41 more storage buses though. This one's very expensive. I want to see if I can do a little test here. Can I just put an import bus on this? That way we don't need to worry about voiding stuff. So that's my idea. I'm not sure if it works though. So I'll make a 4K and make it into a cell. How do I partition it? I've never done it before. I think we need this, the cell workbench. So we can put the cell here and do this. So now let's say I put down a drive. We would need 2 per side. I'll put it here. Put the cell in and an import bus. Filtered for Beastia. There we go. It's working. It's a bit slow. Maybe some of these. Now it keeps up. We will end up upgrading this as well. So if we make the Essentia terminal, I'll put it up here. We can see the Beastia. Very nice. And if I make a second import bus, it shouldn't go in this cell, I don't think. Yes, okay, good. 1 of 12 types. So we can make another 4K, partition it to Fabrico, and now we can see both of them. Brilliant. So that's what I'm going to do for every single one of these, which is probably going to involve stealing a lot of thaumium. So I think this is the 5th one I've cleared. I've been making waypoints, so I'm nice and organised. I will show you how I've been doing it with the 6th one when I find it. Like this one. It's not been cleared yet. So first I go to this room, place it in the centre. There's not many down here, but there's some. Then I go over to these 2, put it in between. There's quite a lot over here, like 90. Then we can move again to this massive room. The range is just about perfect to get the entire thing. So you get like 120. It's amazing. We might even run out of space here. I'll grab some. And last place is here. On this thing. There's not many. But this is where I put the waypoint for cleared. And there we go. All done. It takes less than 5 minutes for an entire dungeon. So it's pretty good. So I want to make some sort of machine to open these jars automatically. I don't think this will be permanent. So I'll just put it back here for now. Okay, I think this works. We just need this on blacklist. So it picks up everything. And this should be enough drawers to filter everything. And we filtered the urns here. So we can have quicksilver, brass, thaumium, and void metal when we get that. Also gold. I forgot about that. Here's some void metal, amber, ender pearl. Also, I want some of the really good speed upgrades. There we go. Much faster. So now I should be able to double click this. This was only 2 stacks. There we go. A lot of it should be filtered now. Name tags is new. Yay! Primordial Pearl. This is great that I can get this. Although I don't know if I can store it. I can always look in this, I guess. I feel pretty comfortable with the filtering, so I'll just chuck everything in. And see what we get. There we go. All done. Another nodule, which is amazing. And look at all the loot. 21 blocks of thaumium. That's almost 3 stacks from like maybe half an hour of looting dungeons. That's crazy. Also the void metal is very nice. Almost 2 stacks. And to sort out the primordial pearls, we can have an excess crate with a lower priority. That should fix it. There we go. We've kind of made it pretty. I'm calling this the Thaumic Lutinator. I love it, it's amazing. I'm definitely doing this over making any of these. It's so much more fun and faster as well. And now we can actually afford the import buses. Basically already. We only need 16 more thaumium, and I've got a stack of this going right now. So it wasn't that expensive after all. We just needed to do some minor theft. So let's craft 11 more, and we'll just do one of the 3 sides. And we will have to move these around a bit. I think a P2P per side. We will be using like 20 channels or so. Okay, so this is how I've wired it. A bit weird, but it's symmetrical. We've got a fresh new P2P here. So once I add all the import buses, this becomes 18 channels. And we're also going to need 11 more of these, which we can afford. A lot of Salus Mundus though. But we should have the processors. I've made a bunch. Yeah. There we go. We can afford it now. Ignore the thaumcraft. We are using all the viz. It's fine. We soon won't need this anymore with the arcane assembler. So I'll filter the first 4. Vitium, whatever that one is, Ordo. So we will partition everything. Now we can put the cells in, and we should start exporting. But now I think I'll use 1 acceleration card in each. It seems to keep up. We don't need all 4. And there we go. 6 done. It's pretty easy, just expensive. I'll go ahead and do the rest of these. Brilliant. Look at this. By the way, the 4K store a lot more than I thought they did. I was under the assumption they would store 4,000 Essentia, obviously, but apparently not. It's something like 32k, because we have 9,000 here of Beastia, but only about a quarter full. So that's a bit weird, but I'm not complaining. Bit of a time jump here. I went ahead and looted 10 more dungeons. It took less than 40 minutes, so pretty good. And that was enough thaumium to make the remaining import buses and storage cells, with a bit extra too. And we are slowly filling up. A few have filled up. Some are quite slow though, but it's fine. I did have to rewire the controller a bit. I ran out of P2P space, so I've got 8 controllers down here now. Also something cool, you can get impetus cells from the jars. So that's pretty good, because they are used a lot in a couple places. So currently the infusion altar does not work because all the jars are empty. So I would like to make an infusion provider. I think you just connect that up to AE2 and it provides Essentia automatically. So I'll do that. So we can encode the recipe. We can afford it. We just need an impetus jewel and 2 more thaumium processors. And the impetus jewel is pretty cheap, just a crystal and some stuff. That's helpful. I can use these files to take stuff from here. So we should be able to do it manually, I think. No. Maybe with a couple of jars? Also the viz is completely gone now, from this chunk. So I've been doing the crafting in Eden. There's tons here. There we go. We can make the jewel. And now we can afford the Essentia provider. This is many infusion steps. So it might be quite annoying with the jars, but it should be for the last time. So it looks like we're doing Vitreous first, a condensed crystal. Oh, that's amazing. You can use jars. That might be new. I don't remember that being a thing. That saves so much time. Now we're doing Machina. And now we're doing a magic mirror. So we need these 4. And then Essentia mirror with these 5. And Impetus mirror with these 4. Yay! And a trophy. Wasn't expecting that. Now we should be able to put one of these down here. Within range. There's heads in the way. We'll go through the floor. It's fine. Whoa! That's awesome! We can just have some facades to fix a hole. Now we should be able to just manually press the button to start the craft and not care about anything. So now I would like to set up a few passive thaumatoriums for brass, thaumium, magical leather, tallow, and empty jars for witchery. It should be really easy now that we have this. So for this we're going to need 10 constructs. We have 2 already, so 8 more. I will fix Elevatium soon. I will move to the better recipe, just not now. So I'll do 4, I guess. And the other 4 later. It should pull from that. Yes it does. It's a bit delayed. And now we can do the other 4. Okay, I think I'll be putting these back here. And I might move this one to this side. So I think I want Essentia export on this slot and item input here. Oh, where do you input items then? Here. Okay, it's fine. I have an idea. I'll put the interfaces here, I guess. We need to be level emitting the conduits. So active with signal and insert with item filter. I guess we'll do brass first. So Elementium 2. Also request it here. Level emitter goes here. We also need some export buses. Just some processors. And we put this here. And with a capacity card, I'm hoping I can do 2, so this is nice and neat. So Instrumentum and Cognitio. Actually, let me move this around a bit. So like this, instead, and the Essentia up here. There we go. This is a slice. I will make a new P2P. This will use like 15 channels, I think. Like this. Into a dense cable. There we go. So now that it's set, can we set the level emitter? We already have like 500 brass. Let's take it all out, just to test. So 256, let's go with. Brilliant, it works. We just need a draw. Okay, that was simple enough. We will need cable anchors. Everywhere. This is going to be wired so weirdly. Oh no, but the interfaces connect. That's annoying. I wish they didn't do that, but I do have a plan. Okay, I've done it. At least the wiring. It looks ridiculous, I must say, but it does work. So I believe we can set the others now. So we can do the same with thaumium. Requesting brass. Input via filter. We need Precantio, Metallum, Alchemia, and Eximus. So capacity card, 2 acceleration, just because. And these 4. There we go. I will set this one to also 4 stacks. Or maybe 2. I don't know. It is quite slow, so it might not matter. Actually, it's quite fast. Sometimes. Like 1 a second. Really weird. Next on the list is magical leather. This is made with blood infused leather. And this stuff. I'll just do a stack. I might have to increase this at some point. There we go. That's going. I don't know why it speeds up so much. It starts off so slow. We can also do magic tallow. Just blocks of flesh. And these stuff. These are very easy to set up. By the way, thaumium's done. It's so fast. The last one we want to do is these jars. But then we'll have to passive these, but that might be easy. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll also have a furnace for cooking the jars. Only a stack of each though. The catalyst is very expensive. I will be using limited item filters as well, because of that reason. Otherwise it will buffer like 2 stacks in the machine. There we go. Glass vials. I'm glad we get 4. I forgot about that. It's much less expensive than I thought. There we go. We're already buffered. We can filter this over here for a stack of unfired jars. There we go. This should be up and running. And now we go back to the overworld to smelt them. Easy as that. So now these should never stop. We can probably increase the buffers, but I think I'll just do that when I need to. Awesome. I'm very happy with this system. Functionally. It's a bit ugly though. It's surprisingly fast. Up to like 1 a second. I didn't expect it to be so fast. So I noticed a few of these were running out. Invar boots were. Also Eyes of Ender. So I upgraded Invar. and I also added Eyes of Ender. We were getting it from the end farm. It was really slow though, so this should be much better. So I've got a few things I want to do. I don't know what order I want to do them in. I do want the multi-block. I also want arcane assemblers to sort out the crafting tables, and I want to upgrade the furnaces to thaumium. So how about we look at how expensive the multi-block is? We first need to make these lanterns, or not, because you can find them. Okay, it's not actually that bad, but it does require a bunch of arcane workbench recipes, so I think it's worth making these first. Arcane assemblers. I will set up recipes, just like this. I did go ahead and separate the condensed crystals for the infusion crafter. They were taking up way too much space, so if you want 3 of these, we do get a 4th one for free. We are just missing thaumium processors and arcane workbenches, which are just ender crafters, which means more ender ingots. So we need to trap some more endermen. And now we just need some more thaumium processors. I definitely could passive this for like a stack, but I can't be bothered at the moment. And there we go. We can make 3 of them. I have no idea how many steps this is. It might be a lot. And now we're onto the assemblers. Awesome! So to get these to work, we need knowledge cores. And each one of those holds 9 recipes. And we also need an inscriber, so we can encode the recipes. These are a massive rabbit hole. Okay, it's not that bad. We will need to steal some more sodium. I'm not crafting it. That's a huge waste. And the rest is just some manual stuff. How do we make these again? Okay. We need 6. So I need 6 Gammon Boza, which is 24 Vengeance Essence. Ooh! I found a trick. This in your offhand, and something with looting in the main hand. I just got 3 from 1. There we go. Much better. You can get 3 or 4. It's great. Alright. 34. That's pretty good. The combination crafter is now on demand. This was super easy to do. I will set up passive elevatium with these very soon. And I did go look for a lot of sodium, but it was so annoying in those dungeons. So I just made passive sodium. It is very expensive, like 41 brass for 1, but it's also very slow, so it doesn't really matter. We're producing brass faster than we're using it, so it's basically free. So we can finally afford the knowledge cores, all 3. That took forever. It's about 40 minutes later. I think that was 21 infusion crafts, all of them multiple minutes long. I've decided. After I set up these, I want the multi-block. But first we need the inscriber. Not too bad. We will need the arcane crafting terminal though. It looks fine though. And we can make it. Brilliant. I think it's just 1 or 2 infusion crafts, so much better than these stupid knowledge cores. That's the terminal, and this should be the inscriber. See you in a couple minutes. Yay! And this is a choice reward, by the way. I'm definitely taking this. It's a lot worse. I'll place the inscriber here. It is green for some reason. I wish it wasn't. So let's say we want to encode these recipes. I think you just put this here. Click this button. It really doesn't like this. You're supposed to be able to do this, but it doesn't let you. You might need the items, I guess. There we go. I guess you do. So save recipe, slot 1. It's that easy. It's actually not easy. It's very annoying, but it's what we've got, I guess. I will try do all the important ones. That's the first one full. I've done these patterns. I think I'll set them up first, and I will do that over here, just because there's so much fizz. I'll just put it over here. It doesn't really matter. There we go. They're online. We will use this one with all the recipes. And now we should be able to request stuff, and it should just work, I'm pretty sure. Let's request a complex arcane mechanism. Perfect! It just works. I like when things just work. So I think I'll be back in a bit. I will encode as much as possible, with recipes that are useful. Some of these aren't, and they'll just waste space. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I have done all these recipes. These ones are very important because they're used in further crafts. All the ones left in here aren't really that useful. We can just do those the old way. We can use acceleration cards. I will do that. And another important one is the charging upgrade. This is the charger basically, just for the assemblers. I really should passive these. There we go. We can have one for each. The third one isn't quite full. You can see it's already out of Viz, so I'll do these two manually, I guess. We've got so much void metal. It's so good. I love stealing. And now we can have one of these in each, as well as some of these, to be fast. Okay, these should be completely fine now. The Viz is recharging in this chunk. Okay, so I think it's multi-block time for the auto infusion matrix. I was looking at these recipes, and they're not actually that bad. So we can make the blueprint. Not that bad. As for the modular machinery stuff, I will encode recipes. There's a ton of other multi-blocks that we'll eventually need. Okay. I've encoded everything. I guess we can start ordering stuff. So one controller. 41 Essentia input hatches. Which we can very almost do, which I'm surprised about. It's just the buffer on Modularium. I will increase it to 4 stacks. Now we can do it. There we go. Only took a minute or two. Next is 4 of these, the advanced constructs. I didn't set a recipe for this. I don't trust it with the pearl, so I'll just do it manually. We need 4. So 8 constructs, 8 void metal. Here's my pearl collection. I will use these 3. There we go. 41 machine casing. The lanterns that we got earlier. 44 fortified glass. We already have 2, so 42 more. We just need some more vengeance essence. And it's about 5 infusion crafts, so not too bad. Back to lasering. 24. That's fine. And now we can craft it. I love automation. Easy peasy. Next is the runic matrix. I will be stealing that one, so I will ignore that for now. 8 arcane stone, and a pedestal. Salus mundus. 4 of these stabilizers. They're not too bad. They're just a bunch of random stuff, it seems. Now we need 3 more Essentia providers. I will steal this one once we're finished. We're just missing a few things. So some impetus jewels. I think there is a way to on-demand these, but I'll figure that out later. Also, export buses will definitely be faster than these jars. They're so slow, but these are rapid. So I might just have one of those and just pick what gets imported. There we go. Now we're missing a few more things. Omethol flesh and some more ender cores. I really should spawn these guys. I will do it at some point. Maybe in between episodes. It's the ghouls that drop it. Okay, I have 20. Now we can do it. I remember this one taking forever. With all these mirrors. I think I'll just cut when this is finished. We've crafted these before. Well, 1. It's just another 3. This should be the last infusion craft that we'll ever do, I imagine. Yay! The next thing we need is Liquid Death, but I've already made that. Blue Peter style. For some reason the scroll is like broken. But we do need a small input hatch. And a tiny output hatch. And then a big energy input. I guess it uses power. Didn't know that. That should be it. If we pick up this and the runic matrix, we should complete the quest. So I think the only thing we're missing is 41 export buses for the Essentia, which we can just craft now, which is amazing. There we go. And we just need power. A power cell should be fine. Okay, let's tear this down, shall we? I hope you can pick this up. Good. I'll be careful not to drop this. And there's the quest. So what does this look like? Might be quite hard to build. I'll have a go though. Input, output, energy. And the controller goes here. I'm sure there's a way of viewing the structure, but I don't care. I'll just build it from the picture. I believe the runic matrix has to be activated. I think I do this. Oops. I think that's right. I might have to move the symbol, like one block up. And this should be the structure. Yes. I'll move the symbol. I forgot how big it was though. I believe it was like this. Yes. Awesome. This looks great. Now we have to wire it up, which is kind of a challenge. It's quite strange. We do have 2 P2Ps in preparation. Also, I don't think we need heads anymore. So it looks like there's 8 on each corner, 4 on top, and a few below, I think. Yeah, another 5. It's not actually that bad then. We can do the corners on one P2P, and the top and bottom, and input interfaces on the other. So we can do this. I might as well filter the Essentia now. It's going to take a while. Hopefully I don't get mixed up. Maybe I want a few acceleration cards. Like 1 per? Maybe? We can upgrade it later. There we go. All 41 filtered. And there was no mistakes. Now we can start wiring everything up. Also power. I'll put here. Actually, I might do one side and the bottom, and then one side and the top on the 2 P2Ps. Otherwise there'll be dense cable everywhere. So I can do something like this. And it should be fine. And then connect it to this one. And then the top, plus this side, can go to this one. And that should be enough channels, I think. Well, it is working. Yes, okay, good. Neither of the P2Ps are running out of channels. I will also move the interfaces. I'll put it like here. So item laser to the input. I know you can put the interface right on here, but we need like 2 interfaces. So this works like this. And for the output, I know you can pull from this back into here, but we would need a filter. Otherwise it'll pull from the input bus, and we don't want that. So I'll have a separate laser network going into one of these. There we go. Now we just connect these up. Why not? It's fine. Looks like we're ready to go. I can't see anything else that needs doing. Don't forget blocking mode. I almost did. Let's test it out with one construct. There we go. It took a couple seconds and everything just worked. Brilliant. I might have to add more acceleration cards in these export buses. We'll see if we ever need to do that though. I will patch the holes up though with facades. Nice and neat. Thank you, thaumcraft. I might have a bath soon. Lots of warp. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is probably upgrade the smelteries, like I mentioned before. But that does require a bunch of constructs, which we can afford. Just about 1,000 elevatium. So I think it's time to switch over to the other recipe. So we'll have to make another one of these, which is fine. We're also going to need to stop this. So I will remove this, the empowered crystal bundles. We can keep the drawer. Why not? I think we will keep this. It has a few uses in Abyssal Craft. It's perfectly fine to keep a stack. So we can set it up right over here. So we can have power, the crafting core, 5 pedestals, a drawer for elevatium, and a bunch of filtered lasers. So we can have a drawer controller, connected with trim, item interface, laser, connect everything up, item conduit into the controller, and then a storage bus. And now we just have to request everything and filter it in an interface. I will steal from this one. There we go, it's working. We just put it in this drawer. And also set this filter. There we go, everything is working. This should be significantly faster. We're already at 2 stacks. This should probably be a compacting drawer. I forgot. Also with a downgrade. This should be 9 stacks of ingots. I would like an upgrade. Just a small one, so we're doing 18 stacks. Or 2 stacks of blocks. I might increase this later, but I don't know. And look at that! We already have enough. Over 1,000. Only a couple minutes. We probably can't keep up, but we should fill up soon. So it doesn't really matter. So now we can make the 82 constructs. We already have 1. So 81. Everything looks fine. So let's have a go. thaumcraft is going a bit crazy right now. I've got 2 warp effects at the same time. We're actually bottlenecked here by the arcane stone. It's too slow in the alloy smelter. I guess while we're waiting for the constructs, I need 82 brass plates and 164 thaumium plates. So I will order those. Yay! We're done. That wasn't too bad. Maybe 10 minutes. Imagine if I did that before, with the old runic matrix. That would have taken hours. So now I'm pretty sure I can just mine all these. And spew items everywhere. All the filters should stay. I'm doing this just in case. Don't want to lose these. There we go. All 41. Now we can put everything in the system and order all 41 thaumium smelteries. We are running out of viz, which is funny. I can do some manually, I guess. There we go. That was a bit of a pain. But now we have all 41. We can place them back, somehow. We can just about reach. It's a bit finicky though. There we go. So now these are a lot more efficient, and also a bit faster, I think. So I think I want to do this bit over here next, to get access to these two dimensions. But we will need the crafting table first, and this doesn't seem that bad. We can steal these, from Appalachia. It's a whole lot of runes of mana though, so I will increase this buffer to a stack. Why not? And while that is going, I will steal the crafting tables, and craft the condensed viz. Also one more impetus jewel. That was fast. That took 2 seconds. And whilst we're in Appalachia, we might as well steal bowls as well. There we go. Time for more theft. Actually, I think the bowls are on tables, so it doesn't really work. Oh well. We're getting the crafting tables though. There we go. All 8. And now we're just waiting for the mana. We have 30 right now. We're not running out of mana at all, which is nice. And we're fast enough with mana steel and mana diamonds. It should be fine to leave. We only need 3 more. There we go. We have enough. We just have to wait for this. It will be a minute or 2. So how about while we're waiting for that, we look at this stuff. The impetus drainer and the void recharge pedestal. As well as this, which is an arcane workbench craft. So I will encode that in this thing. Okay, so I went ahead and crafted everything. It was quite easy with the new multi-block. I did have to upgrade the input. There wasn't enough slots. I may have to upgrade this again in the future. We'll see though. So now we can look at this, which is a conducted impetus. I think this is just an impetus crystal with a fully charged one of these, which is in our gauntlet at the moment. We're going to need a ton of these. 28, I think. 12 for these, and 16 of these for this portal. So that's quite expensive. We're missing a ton of stuff. A bunch of ender cores. I will increase the buffers of these two. Dimensional sand. That's very easy to get, at least. Omethol flesh. I will spawn it. I need to. And some more primordial fragments. We're sort of running out. We might have to repair some. Now that we have jars automated, why don't we do a stack of all of these? Okay, we've got a bunch. Time to spawn these guys. That always scares me. So now we can add to the mess of spawners. There we go. Don't forget the facade. Now we can turn it on. And we should be getting this. Brilliant. And once it catches up, we should be able to craft it. We just need 28 primordial fragments. I'll see what I can do. We got a total of 10. So 18 more, which means 18 more tool poppets, which is expensive. Not that much actually. We just need more runes of greed and increase the magical leather. Okay, I'll do that. Rune of Greed, 32. Magical leather, 2 stacks. Now we just have to wait for a bit. I'll make 9 for now. I'll make the other half in a bit. That took a while. I do want to check something first. I'm not really sure how this craft works. I'll make 1, just for the quest. I don't want to do anything wrong here. So if we drain a rift, it does need to be max. That one's gone though. This one's next. There we go, maximum. And now we take it out and craft it with this. Okay, I understand. It looks like we don't need to drain anymore. This stays at maximum, but we do need 27 more of these. So I was right to make a bunch of tool poppets. 9 more should do it, and we can craft the rest now. Okay, the rest have crafted. We should be able to get 9 more. There we go. A total of 27. And now we craft 27 impetus crystals. This will take forever. Probably. So while we're waiting for this, let's gather everything else for this craft. We need some random condensed viz. Definitely need some more acceleration cards. These don't keep up. I've done these 2 blocks. They were easy. We just need 32 of these. Complex arcane mechanisms. We already have 4, so 28 more. Rune of Wrath. I guess I'll increase that buffer too. There we go. The impetus is finished. We should be able to craft the rest of these. 28 in total. I'll put it back in the gauntlet. Why not? And now we have enough runes for the arcane mechanisms. Lovely. Also looking ahead, we need another impetus jewel, or the biome checker, and we also need 4 more for this portal. So 5 more tool poppets should be fine. Actually quite cheap. Yay, these finished. We have everything now. The poppets are finished. Let's get some more fragments. 5 more. And 5 more impetus crystals, in which we make into jewels. And now with one of these, we can craft the biome checker. And now we can go terraform some biomes in this shape. I don't think I've mentioned it, but the biomes need to be in that shape to be able to craft this, or it doesn't work. So that's why we need to do this, with the arcane terraformer. So I think I'll do this in the Twilight Forest. It does use a rift. It's a 7x7 area. So we can put the terraformer down. And we need these 4 biomes. Mortem, the Nether, Magical Forest, and Ocean. So I'll be back to set these. So the first one we do is range 4 with Mortem and a square with Permutatio, which I have here, which goes in the bottom with a tube. I might as well place down the other jars. They're colour coordinated, so Air, Terra, Ignis, and Aqua. And now we just need Rift Power, and you get that with one of these, and then a relay. And now we just bind everything. And now I think we can turn it on. It might be already working. I don't really know. Oh. You need to be in the overworld. Okay. I'll be back. How about this abandoned village? 1 rift, please. Hello. Let's have another go, shall we? Please work now. How does this work? I don't understand. It should be working, right? It's not doing anything. Yay, it's working! Okay. It's done. That was fast. I did have to remove thaumcraft fix, the mod. That's the only way to get this working. It is a known bug. I will re-enable it after I'm done here. So the first ring is done. We can move on to Hell, or the Nether, with a radius of 3. We're almost done. You can get away with 15 out of 16, but I will try to get all of them. There we go. All 16. Now we do Magical Forest, with a radius of 2. We will need to refill on Permutatio. We're 2 out of 8. I might place the crafting table down. Just because. 4 out of 10. Halfway. 1 more. There we go. Now we can do Ocean. Radius 1. There we go. Everything matches. And there they are. The 16 Arcanium bases. Yay! Time to tear everything down. We don't ever need to do this again. I will reboot the game though, to enable the mod that's missing. Alrighty, I'm back. So now we can go ahead and make these 2. We'll start with the 3 Mortem blocks. They seem a bit easier. Condensed Tenebrae, Void Metal, the Impetus, Mortem Chunks, Souls, and Hearts. We should have all of this. There we go, 3 Mortem blocks. This will be used later, and now we can look at the Arcana portal. Blue Fire Stone, the Arcanium bases, Condensed Stellae, Condensed Tenebrae, Impetus Jewels that we made earlier, Demonic Elixir, and the Wand that we got from Bewitchment. We do have everything, except the Blue Fire Stones, so we do need to fight the King of Scorches again. No problem. Hello. He's in the ground again. Can you fight that guy normally, or is he always broken? Anyway, we do have enough now. And there we go. The Arcana portal frame. Awesome. I don't think there's much to do in Arcana, so why not do it now, to end the episode. Oh wait, these are rotational, so we have to place them like this. Yeah. Oops. I guess we're going. Awesome. I will do a little exploring to see what there is to do. Interesting mobs, as always. There's heat traps that set you on fire. Ooh, a door. Where does this go? Raw arcanium. We need that apparently. Here's some more. Not more mazes. Hello? An NPC. If we combine these fragments that we're collecting, we can make this collector. I don't know what that is. We can trade it for certain stuff, but I don't think we need it. Yay! Arcanium extractor. This is what we need to process the arcanium. And apparently the collectors go here. Okay, what a weird mod. There we go. We have 11. I found something. Dramnik's altar. I don't know what this does. We're looking for 2 NPCs, Vaticus and Draticon, and we need to trade with them. Also a library, and some furnaces. Oops, that was an NPC, but it wasn't the right one, so who cares? We found this guy again. This place sucks. It's like one big maze that's random. Library! So now we're just looking for the NPCs. Ah! You're not him. No. You just sell swords. You don't even have the furnaces. I got excited for nothing. Kazari. You don't sell anything. You can use the minimap to find NPCs. Like there's one over there. Or one over here. Zealous. Eggs. I will keep using that strat to find NPCs. Also another library. I don't need this anymore. Hello? Do I need you? Yes. Thank you. And the furnaces. So we just need the wizard's book now. From Lord Vaticus. I'll process some more arcanium. It might be expensive. Oh, I think this is it. They described it as a small library. Where is he though? Oh. Hello. I would like your book. I might need multiple. Might as well. I think you use these on the altar to spawn the boss. So I need to find another one of those. I have found quite a lot. I don't think they're rare. Here we go. We'll do it here. Where is he? He's invisible. There he is. Let's get a few. I've no idea where he is though. I spawned like 4. There we go. Oh, there's one more. 30. I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, okay, we have loads. Because each one of these turns into 5, which is used in this. So we've got plenty. Home time. So it looks like next episode is Vithea and Lightningcraft. Maybe. So that's something to look forward to. Or not. It might be horrible, but we'll see. So I think I'll end it here. We got basically all of thaumcraft done, which I'm very happy about. And our infrastructure is pretty good. So we should be able to progress rather smoothly. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.